Hi everyone, I've got a new deck for the channel that I thought I'd share with you all today. It's not a new deck on the market, by the way, but I was very drawn to the images in particular in this deck. So this is called Sacred Rebels Oracle. It's by Alana Fairchild and illustrated by Autumn Skye. So here's the side of the box, and this one is produced by Blue Angel. And as it says, it includes 45 cards and a 184-page guidebook. This stunning deck is dedicated to you. You who want to live your unique, inspired life in the world as a sacred, creative offering. Sacred Rebels Oracle is for those who are ready to celebrate and nurture their individuality. When you're a sacred rebel, you want to be fully alive and express your authentic truths. You want to help heal the world, even when that means shaking things up. Sacred rebels love life and refuse to believe that manifesting their dreams is impossible. This oracle deck is filled with striking imagery and beautiful heartfelt guidance to support you in awakening your sacred rebellious heart, so that you will trust in your own uniqueness and authenticity and honour your creative power. And it says cards feature new borderless design. I think it was initially published with a border, and then they reviewed that in this newer version. So it's got this lovely box, as you can see. So let's take a look inside. It's got thumb holes, which is always nice to open the box with ease. This one comes with a little card. It says, I treasure the light of life and am blessed through its radiance. I thought that would be nice for a bookmark, actually, for the book. It's quite thick. And it seems this is a community membership called Community of the Sacred, and there's Alana Fairchild's website as well, so that's a really nice addition. We'll just pull out the guidebook and cards. So the guidebook is really quite thick. There's a lot in there to get through. It's got the cards in colour throughout, and as you can see, let's look at this one for an example. There's a lot of information. There's even here healing process for, that goes with each card. So what you can do in terms of the healing process, that's really lovely. So this would work really well for beginners, I would say, if you just wanted to pull a card for the day, read the information and then go through the healing process. Or if you're more experienced, you could just get psychic kits from the cards, which you'll see later are really beautiful. So that's a really detailed guidebook, first of all. We'll just go right to the front. First of all, so we've got the contents. First of all, the card numbers and page numbers. An introduction. Sacred rebels are obedient only to their spiritual passion and individual values. These are the brave souls who want to heal the world by shaking things up, daring to be unique and celebrating what makes them different. Indeed, that resonates for me. So there's, wow, it's quite lengthy. Introduction. Why do we need creativity? what creative awakening offers. This oracle deck works with you. How you can work with this deck. So there's journaling and altars. The healing processes. At the end of each message is a simple exercise. Often but not always a visualization for you to do in order to integrate the wisdom of the card and its guidance. That's really nice. And then card readings. So there's an egg layout card spread. That's interesting. Not seen that before. And then obviously onto the cards, which we're going to look at now. So as you can see, I've just zoomed in, so hopefully you'll be able to take in the beauty of these cards, which as you can see are borderless, which is really nice because then you get more of the illustration on the card number, and then the title. So we've got a beautiful owl after the storm. I do love owls, personally. Inner trust, number 2. As you can see, the images really pop. Beautiful light and dark contrast, I think, in these images. And also the movement I've noticed in the light, as in that one. Sunflowers, that's really lovely. So this is the front cover image. Another owl, sparkling lights, love that. I really like the artistic feel and qualities of the images. I was very drawn to that, and the light as well. I love that. Every journey starts with a single step. That's beautiful. Going beyond normal. So there's the light bulb, golden light bulb. Beautiful. There's a bee there around the third eye. That's interesting. I love this one. Again, it's the movement, I think, that is really portrayed well, as well as the contrasting dark and light in these cards. Dream a beautiful dream. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. That's beautiful. The messages as well are really sort of poetic, which I noticed in the guidebook as well. That's such a pensive energy. Love the light there as well. Oh, this one is stunning with the owl. Defend to the end, the worthwhile. Release the dark wound, let love live. So as you can see, even just from the message on the card and the image, I think you can get a lot of psychic hits, ideas, guidance, just from using the cards. But as we saw, the guidebook has a lot as well included. Seeing the true you, that's beautiful. I like nature that is throughout this as well, the birds, animals in this one. Love that one, how she's connected to nature. The emotion as well, like in that one, you can really feel it. The dark and light, that's very effective. This is one of my favourites. I remember when I saw it, I had a quick flick through. Again, the movement and the way there's water around her hair. I think it is her hair, but it sort of looks like an octopus wrapped around her. So that is stunning. I was really blown away by the illustrations. I think Autumn's done a wonderful job. That is beautiful as well. Focus on the light. Restore and replenish. Sacred fall. Bring it into form. Love that. It's like looks like fireflies maybe. The word wants to be written, so like inspiration there that may come to you with that card. Come to life. Visions of life beyond death. There's an owl again. So owls feature quite a lot in this deck. And the last one, Pandora's Gift. Beautiful images. I don't know what you feel. Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed that. But I just love the vibe, personally, of these cards. The way that light and shadow has been used. The movement, the emotions, the psychic hits you could get from the cards alone. So a very effective deck, I think. Very good for personal shadow work, I would say, and also thinking spiritual guidance readings for the channel. So that's probably what I'll use them for. And as I was thinking that, I wondered about tarot decks I may pair this with. Now, it's quite a difficult one because the images are so beautiful, but a few sprung to mind that I thought I'd just share with you if you're interested in looking at some pairings for this deck as well. So the first deck that sprung to mind actually was the Mystic Psyche Tarot. I have done a review of this deck previously on the channel if you'd like to see all of the cards. But it's interesting the way the boxes even match a little bit as well. So let's take a look at these two decks together, see what you think. So both these decks I feel are quite evocative. That was the word that sprung to mind. This tarot deck has dark and light as well in the cards, which I think matches really nicely, as well as nature. Wow, they really seem to match actually in terms of the light there. And here with nature, love that. I think these really work. You know, after I looked at this oracle deck, in my mind's eye, I saw this tarot deck, Mystic Psyche. Just came to me intuitively. And yeah, I do really like that. The way the colours here just seem to go together. And then the contrast, you know, you sometimes get as well. Well, even here with the orange. Isn't that interesting, the way they're matching? And that is stunning. My favourite card from this one. And then we've got beautiful Empress there as well. So two Empress figures that have come through, and here real contrast with the dark and light as well. So that's a beautiful one. I can really see myself using those two as a pairing actually in a reading. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. Another deck that sprung to mind to pair with this oracle deck was the Ancestral Path Tarot. So let's take a look at these two together. So I think this deck sprung to mind because it's got equally striking images, as you can see here. It's very interesting though in the way that this is a tarot deck, and usually tarot decks are quite small, But if we look at the size, it's bigger than this oracle deck. It's quite a big one to shuffle, so I think that's why I don't use it a lot, but I do love this deck actually. And even these two images really do match with the Strength card with the lion, and there she's trying to have faith. The contrast in the colours and the dark and light, I think that these two work as well. Striking imagery with the water there, as you can see, the different cultures in this tarot deck as well. The hanged one in this deck is a baby, love that. There's also some nature in this tarot deck, as you can see, the outdoors there. So I like that, because if you like getting psychic hits from images and cards, this tarot deck is really good for that. I find the symbolism, but yeah, the way the light and dark and colours are coming through in these cards, they really do seem to match, I think. So that's a contender in possibly my next reading, spiritual guidance reading anyway. I think I'll use one of those tarot decks with this beautiful oracle deck as well. So I hope you enjoyed those pairings. Let us know your thoughts if you wish. I thought I'd just show you the card stock as well. It's not too thick, not too thin. That will shuffle nicely. The cards did stick a little bit as I was pulling them. As you can see there, they're a little bit stuck together, but that happens with new cards, and as you start shuffling them, they loosen up a little bit. Also gets your energy into the cards. I can get my hands around them that way, so that's no problem. They're not too big. And obviously you can shuffle that way as well, whatever works for you. Let's see if we can get a card actually. Yeah, there's one that wants to come out. Pandora's Gift. I do love that one actually. With the mask there that she's looking at and the light coming out. I'll just read you a little bit from the book for this card. It says, there is a mythic woman much maligned throughout history, whose name means all gifted. Pandora lives within us as our curious nature, yearning to conquer chaos, evil and darkness with the light of knowledge. She is the hopeful voice of our soul that asks the questions, and in doing so triggers the process that brings the answers. Sometimes it is through uncomfortable learning that we find our treasure. Pandora reminds us that the process of learning can take us to places that seem like the end of our world, and yet all is not lost. Even now, the light within you is stirring for new revelation, new life, and new adventure. And obviously you could pause and look at the whole message there as well, if you wish. So hopefully you can see that. And obviously there's the healing process message there as well. It goes on to the next page. And then the beautiful full colour illustration there of the final card. What a wonderful deck, everyone. I'm just so glad I have this. I'm gonna definitely be using this on my channel, so keep your eyes peeled for it in subsequent readings. I hope you've enjoyed this as well. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments if you like the deck and the illustrations. I just feel they're wonderful, as I've said a lot, I know. There's a lot in the book as well, especially for self-growth, healing. I think this one's a really good one for yourself or for readings for others. So thank you so much for being here and for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you all very soon.